Our official sponsor, Greenwood Stock Trading. If you want to learn how to make some passive income, some extra money, so you can invest in your future and your kids' future, give them a call for a free 10-minute consultation, 281-760-3170. Go get to the bag. All right, man, let's talk about Michael Jordan reportedly in talks to sell the Charlotte Hornets and why. Um, you know, you got to understand, I think he's the only black owner. He's the only black owner in major American sports. I believe my only minority owner in other minority owner between the NFL, probably all of them, but for sure the NFL and NBA is Shad Khan of the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. So there isn't too many black owners in or it's no black owners. It's really Michael Jordan. You gotta understand he bought it from Bob Johnson and changed them from the Hornets back to the Bobcats. I mean from the Bobcats back to the Hornets. And I believe the original Hornets went to New Orleans, and then it ended up in Oklahoma City Thunder, and then the Bobcats got put in an expansion team. And then Michael, changed them back to the Hornets. And they were saying that, hiring his friends, poor scouting, you know, has really doomed the franchise. Him letting Kemba Walker in free agency being cheap. And you got both sides of the spectrum that can be extreme. You got extremely cheap owners, which, to me, it's no reason for these owners to be cheap. But when you look at it look at this as from a business aspect, like you feel if you put all this money into, let's say, automotive business, you expect to get a big return back, right? In sports, it's not, in the sports business, that's not always 1+1 not always equal 2. You can put a whole bunch of money into it and still lose, right? So you've seen that in years with the Washington, the Commanders franchise, where Daniel Snyder go out here and put all this money into big free agents like Albert Haynesworth, and it doesn't equate to nothing. It still lose. So I mean, you just got to be smart. You got to have the right people in place. You got to be, you got to trust. A lot of hands-on owners don't win shit. Look at Jerry Jones. It was Jimmy. Then now he trusted William Clay Ford. William Clay, excuse me. So being an owner, it's a lot of worse owners out there than Michael Jordan. I mean, look at Mike Brown, who owned the Cincinnati Bengals. Luckily, they tripped up on a generational talent in Joe Burrow. But this catastrophic for the forward movement of black people owning things. It's really against their unspoken law to allow us to own things, right? Think about it. You could have somebody go out there and spend $80,000 on the Benz, like Dr. Umar Johnson say. Not too long ago, he said the number one consumers of Mercedes Benzes are blacks in America. Okay, you can go out there and get an $80,000, $94,000 loan for a vehicle, but they won't allow you to get that same loan to buy a house. Think about that. And it's the reason why we don't own things. Even though people are learning financial literacy, but it's against it. You see what's happening in Flint; they still don't have clean water. You see what's happening in Jackson, Mississippi; they still don't have clean water. It's part of the gentrification, and in my eyes, it truly came on the scene with the levees and Hurricane Katrina, taking back New Orleans. Now, I don't understand what was so important about New Orleans. It's not a big city, but that's what kicked off the gentrification. In America, you go to Brooklyn, they gentrifying Brooklyn. You here in DC, they gentrifying DC. You go to Detroit, where I'm at, they starting to gentrify Detroit, and people they want to take back the inner cities. Okay, they don't want black people to own anything, right? The same percentage of what was it, 1950s, 1960s, the same percentage of ownership by black people is the exact same. I think it's like 2% or 4% or something like that. Ice Cube was saying we have not made progress like people think we made progress. We've been, comfortable with the taboo. You know what I'm saying? As a whole, with just kind of like acting like racism still isn't an issue, or acting like ownership still is an issue. Acting like we living peacefully, but it's a silent war that people are not willing to talk on. People are comfortable being, um, comfortable with the taboo of our real situations. And Michael Jordan, if he do sell it, you hope that he sell it to somebody that's black. But if not, he sell it to somebody that's not the majority black owner. Then we go back to not owning anything in major sports franchises. How are we supposed to put black people in positions of power like they cry about the Rooney Rule and all these extra rules they put in the NFL if 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 we don't have black owners. That's how it go, y'all. Black owners, black people, it's a network. And that's why colleges are so important. Going to college is so important. And the better the college you go to, the better opportunity you got, better opportunities you have. That's why for fraternities and sororities are so important. That's why. That's exactly why. Because it's about the quality of people you going to school with. If you go to school with wealthy people, guess what? You more than likely gonna get plugged to be wealthy or at least get rich. It's all about the connections. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. They talking about we have a minority problem throughout sports and black people being in position of power in NBA. For the first time, they have over half the league have black coaches in a sport that's 90% or so dominated by black people. So hopefully Michael Jordan, end up selling it to somebody black. That's what you hope. That's what you hope that happen. Because we don't own anything. Since the 1950s and 60s, we still own the same percentage that we owed then than we owe now. Nothing has changed. And I hate that people get real comfortable with that. We still don't have the same. We still have minimum opportunities. Think about it. Throughout sports, there's one black owner. It's Michael Jordan. And you got to think about how great Michael Jordan had to be. How great Michael Jordan had to be just to get this, and how he had to kind of, waver around political issues. They talked about how Michael, didn't want to support the Democratic black down there in North Carolina, publicly, but he sent a silent donation because his mother asked him to do so. Yeah, you got to do that because once you start mixing sports with politics, he couldn't knock the doors down that he knocked down. And then you sit out here and you don't play the game, right? And then what? Then the very same people that you go to bat for, they throw a ludicrous story out there or a false story about you. They be the first people that be modern day lynching you, your own people. So, like I said before, man, LeBron need to leave that woke community shit alone if he want to own something. But the only way you can, hire more black people is through ownership. And this would be a huge step back for the NBA. Yes, they have embraced the hip hop culture. You see the NFL trying to do the same thing because they want the the people that said they was going to protest for Kaepernick, they want them to come back. Okay, and they did come back to see Mary J. Blige and Dr. Dre and all them. I didn't even watch that, and I didn't boycott to begin with because It don't work. And I told y'all when they had the gas boycott back in 2007 8, when gas was creeping up above $4, and they said that well, everybody don't get gas on Tuesday, and then or whatever day it was, and the prices dropped the next day. I seen gas up before too on Monday or whatever it was, so we can, whoopty blam. I seen more people gassing up on Wednesday than any other day of the week. So, boycotts don't work. So that's when I stopped, like, man, forget all that marching and axing and shit. You know? But this important, bro, that he sell it to somebody that's black. Now he bought it for 275 million, and now it's worth over $1 billion, and it's a hell of a flip. It's a hell of a flip. But it's important, dude. This the only thing we do on in sports. That our people own. And hopefully sell it to somebody that's black, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows, man? But hopefully, hopefully he keep it or he sell it to somebody that's black, man. That's the one thing that I hope that he does do, man. And we'll see where it goes from there, though. But he got mad at Charles because Charles Barkley said he wasn't good at scouting talent, and he didn't want to be friends with Charles no more for saying it publicly. I mean, hey, it's hilarious, bro, out here, man. But when you as big as him, you're not gonna tolerate no slander of your name, I would guess. And the ego is big as his ego. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. Go live and drop video. Check out the NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all. Peace.